There we go. Meetings being live streamed. Folks, welcome to the Mañana Nomás morning check-in. This is your host, Kurt Von Annen, and welcome to the Mañana Nomás channel. If this is your first time hearing us or hearing me, I would encourage you absolutely to go ahead and hit the subscribe and the notification bells and all those things that we ask people to do. But if you've been with me in the past and you've followed me for a while, welcome back. Now, I haven't gone... Let's see, I've done a couple of LinkedIn lives since being on here, but I don't think I've done the YouTube live in a little bit of a time. And I was doing these daily, but now I've kind of revamped things and said, do I need to spam people? Do I need to be up in their grill all the time? And the short answer is no. Unless, of course, there's things to talk about. So today is Monday. As you know, I love Mondays. I love to hit the ground running. Boom, and really plow into new projects and new things. And so things were wonderful over the weekend. I want to touch on a couple of issues. So got to use the camper van on Saturday. Loved it. Took the camper van over to the church property. Our church has a just a beautiful piece of acreage that is out underneath the mountains of, is it the Eisenhower National Forest? I think it's Eisenhower National Forest. Anyway, here in Corona, California. So the backdrop is a mountain, and then we're kind of in this field that's been plowed over, and we do this outside thing once a year. We do a sunrise service for Easter. I absolutely love it. And my son's in the Scouts, and the Scouts do a security hours thing. So we basically go out Saturday night. We camp overnight. We make sure that, the sound equipment and all that stuff is secure. And then, of course, we're there in the morning. Oh, pardon me, I'm still tired. We're there in the morning to help people park their cars and all that kind of stuff and help facilitate the event. Now, for me, I also get to use some of my other talents that you see here with Mañana Nomás, and I get to be part of like the live sharing. Let's go to... Boom. When I say live sharing, it should be this one right here. Boom. So there you go. We were getting ready to do the live broadcast there. And so there I am sporting my Ducati shirt and, doing my Powersports representation and getting ready to broadcast the thing live. Now, prior to that, it was darker, right? So when I got up, This is what it looked like before sunrise. So I get up in the camper van. You can see the light inside the van, and that little blue line right there is the Bunsen burner that is heating up my coffee. And I think I even have a picture of the coffee brewing. I'm such a weirdo. I just love taking pictures of things. You can see there's the burner, and I have a coffee percolator there. And it was just so much fun hanging out and enjoying the van for what I bought the van to do. And so we get to do that. And I celebrate, my faith and what I believe in and all these things. And it's great. And then I jump on LinkedIn today, and it was nice to I think I told people that, again, if you follow me for any length of time, you know that I took social out of my phone. I don't really check social anymore until I'm in front of a computer when I'm working. And so I sign in to do my work. And of course I check, my Facebook and my LinkedIn and all these things. And LinkedIn was interesting. I almost felt like I was getting trolled for being a person of faith today. And usually I just be positive, move on with business, do your own thing. But I actually found myself like bantering back and forth with people, was Jesus a real character? I don't believe in fairy tales and all this kind of stuff. And I just thought to myself, could you imagine, as Passover starts, if you were to start assaulting the Jewish people and saying, oh, what a fairy tale, putting blood across your door. You think God came and killed the firstborn? That didn't really happen. If you were to say and putting out things like, well, I don't believe in the Bible. Okay. Great. If it makes you feel better, you can refer to these other works that were written outside of the Bible that still talk about Christ and his death and his crucifixion and his resurrection and all that stuff outside of Scripture. You can take a look at that. And they go, well, that was written in 75 AD, so I don't believe it because it wasn't written while Christ was alive. If you want to read about the resurrected Christ that was written while he was alive prior to crucifixion, that's not going to happen, Boudreaux. So it's just interesting. I think to myself, how much of history, how much of what we take as common knowledge would you have to discredit? Would you have to say, well, I don't believe in that because that wasn't written when that guy was alive? Alexander the Great, I don't believe in him because I can't find anything that was written while he was alive. Socrates, well, all of his stuff was written after he died. So I don't believe in anything that refers to him. That would be like that's a weird meter to hold things with. The idea of history is that it happened previously. They didn't have Newsweek back then. They didn't have the internet, and the people back then didn't have the abilities or the means to just, start writing stuff everywhere they went. They didn't have tablets and stuff with them. So I find it interesting when people come at you with those kinds of things. It's like anything that is related to Christianity has to be held at some higher standard than anything else that's remotely believable. One guy said, I don't believe in fairy tales. I believe in science. And I was like, well, then can you describe to me how the earth was made and describe it to me in a way that doesn't sound like a fairy tale? Because I believe that description takes a lot of faith. And it's just interesting to me, right? When people talk about, well, the earth is changing, the climate change and stuff like that, and they start talking about global temperatures that were millions of years ago. And it's like, who measured that? In what way did they measure that? How do you know that that's accurate? It's just fun stuff, but to me, I just think it's unique. I couldn't imagine myself jumping onto anyone else's thread from any other religion and telling them that I thought they were an idiot. But it's common with my faith. It's kind of a unique thing. Anyway, just a distraction. As we move forward this week, we're moving forward with the Powersport Academy. We're doing all the stuff that we can do with that. We've got social rolling out, a big campaign through LinkedIn to drive awareness of our free course that's been launched. We were doing a live webinar for people that have registered for the free course. And so in lieu of those members having, live monthly coaching like a subscriber would have, we've been doing group webinars with people that have registered for that free course. And it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. We've got folks related in the industry that are sharing the news of the free course. So that part's been great. And on the Mañana no Mas front, we have got a few other interested clients incoming onto the Mañana no Mas banner and getting some products done in the WordPress environment for WordPress development, learning site development. And just like Inner Treasure Hunt, I am looking forward to working on these projects basically in a closet until they're ready to show, and then just putting them out as part of our portfolio and allowing people to enjoy what is there. Folks, this will probably be a replay on LinkedIn, so I'm just going to say it out loud. LinkedIn right now, I am a creator on LinkedIn, which means that when you go to my profile, it's going to ask you to follow me instead of connect with me. I'll encourage you, connect as well. Connect as well. Let's get together. If you send me a connection request, I'll approve it. And chances are you'll get an invite for a 15-minute phone conversation. I do that with just about everybody I connect with on LinkedIn. And that's because I want to drive a knowing sense of who I'm connected to. And so they're not sales calls. They're just, hey, who are you? What are your projects? What do you believe in? How can I best add value to you? Is there something I can do, on the network that would drive value for one of your projects? If so, let me know what that is. And we move forward. Sometimes it ends up being a podcast exchange, and I look for guests to be on my podcast. But realistically, I just really like knowing who I'm connected to. I mean, out of the 5,500 people that are on my LinkedIn, I've probably talked to over 1,000 of them. I think that's pretty remarkable. I don't know how many people say, well, I've talked to 20% of my people that I connect to. I'd like to see it increase. I really would. So chances are what I'll do is I'll go and I'll look at people that I haven't had meetings with, and I'll just go and re-invite them and see if they want to, join a 15-minute phone conversation. But to me, it's really cool to see, like, what are people working on? What are they doing? What are they concerned about? What are their biggest obstacles, this year? And with that, I'll bid you